Today I'm going to be installing the ImoLaza Smart Sprinkler Control System. This was gifted to me by the company and I'm super excited to install this. We currently have an old sprinkler box that came with our house that the former homeowner installed many years ago. So we're really excited to get an upgrade and have an app to fully control all of our sprinklers. That way our lawn can be looking good. It also can link up with the weather and determine what your grass needs, and so you're not overwatering. So let's get to installing this. I received the 12-zone sprinkler controller. This is great in case I ever want to expand my system. It comes with an instruction manual as well as these nice number stickers. That way you can label everything, and then a quick instruction guide. This is the mounting template for the wall, and then of course you have the unit here, which has a front control panel, and the wired terminal is here at the bottom. Once you remove the faceplate, everything is revealed here, and it's pretty self-explanatory. I then went to my panel just to see which wires I had, which I had 2 common wires and then all my zones. Then I took a look at the wiring diagram and it just gives some additional information. My controller box was jam-packed super tight, so I didn't want to mess up the nice number stickers they gave, so I just put tape with the zone numbers on it, and then I proceeded to undo each one of the wires. Then I went back and grabbed those pretty number stickers and labeled each wire so I could have it all nice and tidy, but you definitely don't have to do this step. Next, I grabbed the mounting template and some painter's tape and decided where I wanted it. I checked for level just to make sure everything was square. Then I marked the 3 holes with a marker and drilled in each spot. I then grabbed the screws provided and screwed them into each one of the holes. It took only a couple minutes, and if you do have this going into drywall, you can certainly use the drywall anchors that they provided. And now for the fun part, I took the little tiny screwdriver that they provided and I unscrewed each one of these screws and then put the zone wire into the complementing zone wire section and screwed it in. After I put each wire in, I just gave it a little tug just to make sure it was completely in its area. I had 2 white common wires, so 1 common wire went on the very left side and then 1 common wire went on the right side. Once each of the wires were in place, I put the input power button and then I plugged this into the wall. Once plugged in, it immediately responded with its lighting indicating that the power was on. Next, I grabbed my iPad, but of course you can use your phone, it's probably easier that way, and I used the QR code to download the app. The app is totally free and it guides you through how to set up a new account. Your account is set up, you'll then add the device to the app. My first time did not connect, so the app instructed me to use the reset button here to reset the device. Then I went back over to my iPad, the Wi-Fi instructions, which you have to be on the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network, and my device was successfully added. Next, I added my address, which just helped it to get connected to a weather tower in my area. Now to the fun part, we get to set up all of our zones. For this part, you go outside and press zone 1, then hit next, test zone, and hit the test button. I chose a 60-second test duration, which gave me just enough time to make sure everything's working properly. Here I'm going to go through the app. You have your weather and then water usage at the bottom. Now I'm going to go through the setup for zone 4. Again, going through the testing, which is set for 60 seconds. Once I've tested, then I name my zone. This is super helpful because my old unit did not have anything like this, so it was always kind of a guessing game. You can even add photos here to indicate which zone you're working with. Then it goes through a series of questions asking about your spray head, the type of grass, soil, and sun and shade. They ask you the grade of that section of the lawn and then also the square footage. Several of these questions I didn't quite know the answer to, so I'll just go back later once I do a little research. Once you've gone through each one of your zone setups, you'll see each picture indicates which zone you are working with. This will be massively helpful as I will no longer be having to scream at my husband to change to the next zone. To create a new schedule, go to the calendar and hit the plus sign at the bottom right of the screen. Then you can go through and decide if you want to do a smart schedule or if you have a new grass schedule, which will be really great for overseeding. You can choose which zones you want to include in case you want to exclude any. Then choose the duration of each zone. To start out, I'm going to use all the smart system recommendations. That way I can see if my lawn improves, but it does tell you tips along the way, which is very helpful, especially when you're just learning how to work the system. I thought this was cool. You can rearrange which zone you want to start first, and then you can, of course, customize it even further. There are even settings for a freeze or for wind, so that way it will skip your watering cycle if any of these factors are into play. You can also choose what day you want it to go on, even, odd days, whichever you want. You can choose a start and an end date, so you can also put that you want it to end in the fall or early winter, depending on what area you live in. Then you can name your schedule and you're all set to go. Once your schedule is all set, it will now show up at the bottom of your calendar, showing the duration of how long it will run and also how many days. And then of course you can customize this even more. If you seem to be having trouble with your Wi-Fi, you can just check the Wi-Fi indicator chart in the instruction manual. If your blue light is slowly flashing blue, that means you're all connected and you're good to go. Once everything was all set up, I put the faceplate cover on the front, and that just hides all the wires at the bottom and just makes it a little more aesthetic. And if you're wondering what those buttons are on the front of the device, those are a manually watering button system. This will be great if your Wi-Fi goes out and you need to turn on the machine. The arrow buttons will indicate which zone you're turning on. Then you just hit play, pause, or stop, and then you can also use the arrow button to go to the next zone or any zone that you would like. I could not believe how easy it was to set up this smart sprinkler system. I love that it's controlled by an app that is also totally free, and I'm excited to see how our lawn improves since we're on a seemingly never-ending journey of lawn care. If you're looking for a smart sprinkler system, I give the ImoLaza Sprinkler Controller a 10 out of 10.